Dear President Obama, it was a delight to listen to you last night. The only thing that's been missing for me in all three debates is reference to the working people in our country. Much attention has been played with the lower levels of the middle class, but the working people are really the majority and are the ones who are in the worst conditions. So I hope that some way in the rest of the campaign you will be able to talk about the conditions of working people. I know that if we use the word working class, it's not going to be as effective. So I'm saying working people must be helped, and we will talk in a moment as to how. I also, at the debate, the discussion of China was important, and I hope that the public realize that you stand for peaceful solutions of differences of opinion which concern very difficult problems, and Romney stands for building up our military for another $2 trillion and takes an attitude towards China which is military. And that, of course, is bad for the world. So I like your position much better, and I think people will also. Now, the big problem with China is negotiating. And of course, you expressed it very well, that you have to negotiate very difficult problems with China because they're developing industrially. We haven't been developing industrially for 30 years, so we have to do the same thing. And we're in a world, the 21st century, where the two major industrial countries in the world have a problem of building up their industries. And that's a peaceful operation. So the negotiations that take place have to respect each other's ability to produce and to export. And I think that your approach is a productive one, and that, of course, Romney's approach we just really do not even know. And so it's finding respectful solutions, not military solutions. And I believe that you can put that idea across. And now we have to share and understand certain things, and that is industry, both in China and in the United States, are in problems. The Chinese have been producing a lot for export, as you mentioned very well, that lots of their exports were manufactured by American capital going into China and shipping the results of that back to the country at lower prices. That was very well said. But the point is that economically we have to learn to work and build industry. The Chinese are working on it. They're going to shift the way they build their industry now and go more to consumer products. They will not make foreign investment unwelcome, but it will have to be more balanced in the future. For ourselves, it's a different problem altogether. We must help industry in order to build, because the financial capital side of our moneyed class has been sending the investments overseas, and we need the investments in our own country. We have to build industry. We have good workers. They're very well trained. We're in a position to train them better even for modern forms of production. So that's not the problem. The problem is investing in the industries. And the government has to find ways in order to help industry. You did find it with the automobile companies. I will not go into details about that contract, but that was knowingly in the right direction. The industries in this country must get loans so they can create jobs. In other words, do what you're doing, keep the people in mind, and not only our country has to keep the people in mind, The Chinese have to keep their people in mind because many of them have not even joined an industrialized society. So we have problems both in China and the United States, the two major industrial countries in the world. And that will determine a good deal about the direction in which the 21st century is going. I appreciated your talk yesterday, and I hope you can emphasize the needs for working people in our country in the next administration, and you are the man to do it.